Good day, friends, and welcome back to Conflicts of the Human Race. Today, I will tell you about the entire story of the Schmalkaldic War, 1546-1547. Now buckle up as we begin. In the mid-16th century, the Holy Roman Empire simmered with religious strife following Martin Luther's Reformation. The Schmalkaldic League, a defensive alliance of Protestant princes formed in 1531, stood defiant against Emperor Charles V's quest for imperial and Catholic unity. By 1546, tensions boiled over when Charles, fresh from wars in France and the Netherlands, turned his gaze to Germany. The spark was the arrest of Philip of Hesse's agents and Charles's declaration that the League had violated the imperial peace. John Frederick I, Elector of Saxony, the League's powerhouse, refused to disband it. Charles V, with Spanish tercios, Italian mercenaries, and papal troops under Marquis del Vasto, marched south to Constance in June 1546. Meanwhile, Protestant forces mobilized, but disunity plagued them. Philip hesitated, others wavered. Maurice of Saxony, John Frederick's cousin and ruler of Albertine Saxony, played a double game, secretly allying with Charles. As summer faded, the stage was set for a war that would reshape the Reformation's fate. Armies numbering tens of thousands prepared for clash in the Saxon lands, with pikemen, arquebusiers, and heavy cavalry ready to decide Europe's religious future. John Frederick I of Saxony, the bearded warrior Elector known as the Thunderer, rallies his Protestant troops in Wittenberg. Clad in steel breastplate over velvet doublet, he stands atop a wooden platform amid thousands of lanzknechts with colorful slashed sleeves, pikemen in Mauryan helmets, and reformed cavalry. The year is 1546, and the League has named him Commander-in-Chief. Drums beat, flags with Saxon roses flutter in the autumn wind. But cracks appear. Landgrave Philip I of Hesse, the League's co-founder, dithers in central Germany, his forces split between threats to the south and north. Smaller princes like Otto of Waldeck join, but their armies are ragtag, arquebuses from Nuremberg, cannons from Augsburg foundries. John Frederick marches south to link with Philip, aiming to strike Charles's supply lines. Terrain favors defenders, Thuringian forests, Hessian hills, Elbe River barriers. Yet Charles moves swiftly, securing Swabia first. In September, Protestant captain Sebastian von Weinsberg defeats imperialists at Boxberg, boosting morale. But the League's failure to strike decisively allows Charles to consolidate. Maurice whispers treason, promising neutrality for gains. Winter approaches, snow dusting the fields, as opposing hosts maneuver for spring advantage. Faith fuels the Protestants, Luther's hymns echo in camps, but strategy lags. Emperor Charles V crosses the Alps into Germany with 30,000 men. Elite Spanish tercios with matchlock arquebuses, German lanzknechts loyal to the empire, Neapolitan cavalry, and Swiss pikemen. At Regensburg, he meets Duke Maurice of Albertine Saxony, whose secret pact cedes the Duchy of Magdeburg for support. Charles's war council, including his brother Ferdinand and General Fernando Alvarez de Toledo, future Duke of Alba, plots invasion. By late summer 1546, imperial forces secure South Germany, besieging Protestant holdouts in the Swabian League lands. Philip of Hesse launches a diversionary thrust into Albertine Saxony, but stalls at Naumburg due to bad weather and Maurice's resistance. John Frederick advances cautiously through Franconia, skirmishing at Rochlitz. Imperial artillery, heavy bombards from Flanders, pounds walls. Soldiers endure rain-soaked marches, campfires flickering under leaden skies. Charles proclaims religious toleration to peel off waverers, but League holds firm. Numbers tilt imperial. 50,000 versus League's 40,000 fragmented force. As leaves turn gold, Charles pivots north towards Saxony, the Protestant heartland. Terrain shifts to open plains ideal for his cavalry. Protestant scouts report the advance, panic spreads. The emperor, gout-ridden but resolute, vows victory for Christendom. Autumn 1546, skirmishes erupt in Thuringia. Protestant forces under Wolfgang, Prince of Anhalt, clash with imperial foragers near Eichsfeld. Arquebus volleys crackle across foggy fields, pikes clash in bloody melees. Landsknechts, paid in silver thalers, fight ferociously for pay, not faith. Charles besieges Ingolstadt. No, focuses on securing passes. Philip of Hesse besieges Ulrich of Württemberg's remnants, but diverts to defend Hesse. John Frederick reaches the Saale River, his 20,000 men foraging wearily. Disease fells hundreds, supply lines stretch thin. Imperial spies sow discord, promising amnesty. Maurice mobilizes 8,000, feigning neutrality while blocking John Frederick. A minor victory at Sivershausen sees Protestants repel raid, but no pursuit. Winter quarters beckon, snow blankets camps, soldiers huddle around braziers, mending boots, cleaning wheel locks. Charles at Trent. No, in Germany, planning Mühlberg campaign. Diplomats shuttle. French king offers aid to League but delays. Ottoman threat looms distant. Faith divides. Catholics chant rosaries, Protestants sing psalms. As 1547 dawns, armies sharpen blades, powder horns fill. The Elbe waits, where destinies collide. Spring 1547, Charles V launches offensive into Saxony with Maurice. 35,000 Imperials ford rivers, artillery thundering. John Frederick retreats to defend Wittenberg, his capital stockpiling grain. Philip marches north to join, but too slow. On April 20, League Council at Sangerhausen urges unity, but jealousy festers. Imperial vanguard under Count Buren overruns Halle, Protestant defenders flee. John Frederick scouts spot enemy on horizon. Panic in Wittenberg. Women evacuate, children cry. Elector resolves to give battle rather than starve. His army, 12,000 foot, 3,000 horse, 40 guns, veterans from Hungary wars. Uniforms, white coats with green facings for Saxon, motley for mercenaries. Weapons, serpentine arquebuses, Zweihanders. Terrain, Elbe floodplains, misty marshes. Charles camps near Lervau, confessors absolve troops. Night vigils, trumpets sound advances. Dawn April 23. Armies deploy near Mühlberg village. Winds howl, river swells from rains. Fate hangs on steel and shot. April 24, 1547, Mühlberg Eve. John Frederick positions on Elbe's east bank hill, pikes in Schiltron, gunners on flanks. Scouts report Charles approaching fast. Protestant council debates flight versus fight. Elector chooses glory. Campfires dot night, sentries pace muddy paths. Across river, imperial drums roll, tercios form tercio squares invincible. Charles, intent lit by lanterns, reviews plans with Alba Vasto. Spanish lancers sharpen lances, German gunners prime falconets. Moon filters through clouds, wolves howl. Faith steals hearts. John Frederick prays with pastors. Morning mist rises thick, visibility nil. First contact. Imperial reiters skirmish Protestant outposts, carbines pop. League horse charges, repels. John Frederick signals advance to better ground. Terrain treacherous. Swamps slow foot. As sun burns fog, masses converge. 20,000 versus 30,000. Cannons roar first salvos, earth erupts. Battle of Mühlberg opens at 8 a.m., mist cloaking fields. Imperial artillery batters Protestant lines, balls whistling. John Frederick's gunners reply, felling horses. Tercios advance steadily, arquebusiers volleying by rank, smoke shrouds. Protestant Landsknechts hold, pikes lowered. Cavalry clash on wings. Saxon heavies versus Spanish lancers, lances shattering, swords flashing. Mud sucks boots, men slip. Close quarters, Zweihanders cleave helmets. Wounded scream, surgeons ply saws. Charles watches from hill, standard golden eagles aloft. John Frederick rallies center, voice booming. But numbers tell, flanks buckle. Maurice's Saxons harass rear. By noon, League right crumbles. Midday crisis. Protestant horse routed, fleeing into swamps. John Frederick commits reserves, halberdiers charging tercios. Musket balls hail, armor pings. Hand to hand, daggers thrust gaps. Imperial Neapolitans flank left, capturing guns. Smoke chokes, eyes stream. Elector fights forefront, mace swinging. Casualties mount, 2,000 Protestants fall. Charles orders general assault. Tercio pushes, pikes over arms. League line bows. Deserters stream rearward. John Frederick wounded. No, fights on. Terrain hampers retreat, bars escape, shouts for God and Emperor, verses for gospel. Dusk nears, but battle rages. Turning point. 4 p.m. Imperial cavalry breaks through, sabers slashing fugitives. John Frederick's banner wavers. Elector orders stand, but panic spreads. Tercios envelop, captives herded. Among prisoners, nobles beg mercy. Charles signals pursuit halt, mercy proclaimed. John Frederick, horse shot, captured by reiters led by Count Montecuculi. Hands bound, led to Emperor. Battle ends in hour. Protestant 4,000 dead / captured. Imperial light losses. Mühlberg, Protestant cannon. Charles knighted soldiers on field. John Frederick defiant in captivity. News races. League doomed. Immediate aftermath Mühlberg. Charles attends mass on field, thanks God. Wounded tended under tents. John Frederick imprisoned in silver cage. Later legend. Imperial army marches on Wittenberg unopposed. Philip of Hesse, hearing defeat, halts advance. League fractures, cities surrender en masse. Maurice rewarded with John Frederick's lands. Charles enters Halle triumphant, crowds cheer. Protestant pastors flee. Summer 1547, siege of Wittenberg begins June 20. City walls strong, moats deep. Imperial bombards pound gates. Defenders, led by Hans von Dolzig, hold loyal to captive Elector. Siege of Wittenberg, cannons thunder day-night, breaches form. Miners tunnel, countermines explode. Starvation grips city. Bread rationed, horses eaten. Women load guns. Imperial trenches creep close. Charles demands surrender in John Frederick's name. Defenders reply with shot. July rains flood moats, aid attackers. Disease, flux ravages both. Alba directs saps. Philip sues for peace secretly. Negotiations, amnesty promised. On July 19, Wittenberg yields, keys handed over. Charles magnanimous, troops quarter outside. Philip of Hesse, isolated, faces invasion. His son calls for aid unmet. July 30, Philip captured near Frankfurt and Deir-Oder. No, surrenders at Halle August 1547 after negotiations. Bound by honor, submits to Charles. League dissolved. Other princes kneel. Brandenburg, Pomerania. Charles proclaims victory, tour empire. John Frederick, imprisoned at Trausnitz, refuses recantation. Tried for treason, deposed. Maurice elevated Elector. Religious talks, Council of Trent distant. Charles V at zenith, 1547 diet planned, but victory Pyrrhic. Spanish troops unpaid, mutter. German princes resent foreigner. Maurice plots anew. John Frederick languishes, wife Sybil petitions. Philip confined comfortably. Imperial edict, restore Catholic worship. Interim prepared. Protestant resistance simmers underground. 1548. Augsburg Interim issued, mandating Catholic Mass with Protestant concessions. Riots in cities. John Frederick's lands partitioned. Philip released 1548. No, later. Charles juggles France, Ottomans. Princes of Speyer protest. Seeds of future revolt sown. John Frederick's trial at Diet of Augsburg, accused high treason. Defiant, claims imperial tyranny. Condemned, hands severed. No, blinded later. Maurice consolidates power. Protestant diaspora begins. Charles returns to Netherlands, victory tour. Armies disband, veterans recount glories. Economy strained, war cost millions. Reformation adapts underground. Philip's captivity. Family visits, plots escape. Released 1552 after Prince's War starts. Irony, Maurice rebels against Charles. Legacy prelude. Interim fails, leads to 1555 Peace of Augsburg. Charles's dream fades. Mühlberg mythologized. Wars toll, 10,000 dead, principalities ravaged, faith divides deeper. Turning point Reformation. The Schmalkaldic War showcased Charles VS military genius, betrayals sting, faith's fire. From League's defiance to Mühlberg's thunder, empire asserted but cracks widened. John Frederick's capture, Philip's fall, Maurice's rise reshaped Germany. Interim brief reprieve, true peace decades off. Yet Charles tasted triumph, Protestant cause bent but unbroken. If you liked today's story, make sure to check out our other videos on our channel. Have a nice day.